Time for a very important announcement. As those of you who follow me already know, I am the author of the book, The Most Dangerous Superstition. Now, not only is this by far the most important thing I've ever written, I believe this is one of the most important books in the world, and a lot of other people agree. Now, that's not as arrogant as you might assume. I'm not saying I'm one of the best authors in the world. Far from it. I am, however, saying that the subject of the book, the ideas and concepts expressed in this book, are more important for humanity as a whole to understand than pretty much anything else I can think of.
The world would literally be unrecognizable in the best possible way if every human just read this beautiful, concise, mind-altering little book. The best book I've ever read in my life. The guy just wipes all the programming away like it was nothing.
But there's a problem, and that's why I'm making this video. The problem is that I hate self-promotion, and as a result, I'm really bad at it. So the distribution so far of this book is minuscule compared to what it should be and compared to what it could be if put into the hands of somebody who actually understands and knows how to do and is interested in advertising and promotion. So, what is the solution? I'm going to be selling the rights, the exclusive rights to sell and distribute this book and my novel, The Iron Web, basically to the highest bidder. What I'm looking for is an entrepreneur or an investor or some of each, I don't care if it's one person or a team or anything else, to basically buy from me the exclusive rights to sell the book in this country and all over the world, so that I don't have to do it and I don't have to be in charge of promotion, which I'm really bad at, and so they can make a bunch of money off of it.
Quite possibly the most important book you will ever read. This book is the eye-opener everybody says it is.
Now, in order to make it a hefty incentive for anybody who wants to invest in this, I only want $1 per book in royalties. However, I do want a big enough chunk up front that A, it's actually worth it for me to give up all future potential sales of this book myself, except that little royalty, and hand that over to somebody else. And B, so I can focus on things that matter, like working on the mirror. And so, just a little bit of background. This book came out in 2011 with basically no promotion and no advertising. The only promotion is I mention it at the end of videos, and when I do interviews, I'll mention it. There are 13,000 copies of this book already in circulation. Another 4,500 copies of the Iron Web are also out there in circulation. So in the past few years, 17,500 books, resulting from pretty much zero advertising and really wimpy promotion, just consisting of me mentioning it wherever I happen to be. So that sort of shows you that, yes, there is potential in making a bunch of money off of this book if somebody wants to buy it out from under me and go into promoting it.
One of the most important works of our day and age. Your perspective will change tremendously. I've never said anything like this before, but everyone on the planet needs to read this book.
The point of this is not to brag, but to say that, yes, if somebody was actually good at promotion and advertising, this has the potential to make them a lot of money. And as those who know me already understand, I've never been able to bring myself to care enough about making a bunch of money to be any good at it. I'm focused on writing things and making videos and trying to spread this message. Unfortunately, when that's the entire focus and there isn't promotion, it limits the scope of the message. So I would much rather have somebody else making tons of money off of promoting this and getting the message out than me doing a lousy job of that while I'm focused on writing something else. Now, I already have printers. It's printers up in Michigan that I use. That, whoever buys this could use their own printers. Basically, this is about to be out of print, and the Iron Web is already out of print. But those printers are set up to, if they get a check, they can be rolling tomorrow and print out thousands. They're a large outfit up in Michigan that can crank out tens of thousands of copies if I wanted them to. And I can get estimates on how much it is. I think if I was printing 10,000, it would be about $1 a book to print it. And then as you print fewer, of course, the per book cost goes up. But I don't have the money to do another printing at the moment. So it's about to come to a complete standstill unless something happens. And that's really frustrating to me because, like I said, I think it's a really dang important message, pretty much the most important message for the world right now. And it's really frustrating to me that it's about to screech to a halt unless somebody else takes it over. And I would be thrilled to see somebody else make $1 gazillion off of it and pay me a little bit of royalty to get the message out there.
An eye-opener, to say the least. This book will change your life. Seriously. Wow, paradigm shift at warp speed. This is the most important book you will ever read.
When it comes to things like the audiobooks and the ebooks, we can negotiate that. I don't know if there's any point in me selling the rights to that because I don't have to do anything for the ebooks. They already exist on Amazon. But that's the situation, is I want to sell it to somebody who actually sees it as a money-making opportunity for them and so has an incentive to try to get it out there, not out of altruism or being nice to me, but just out of profit motive, because that drives people a lot harder than those other things tend to. So that's the situation. Again, it's going to have to be a substantial upfront amount because this is a permanent deal. I will give up permanently my right to sell my own book ever again. Oh, I will probably want a condition in there that I'm allowed to buy my own book from them in bulk at a somewhat reduced rate so that when I go and give talks and stuff, I can have my own book to sell or hand out or things like that. And things are negotiable, but I wanted to get it out there that I do want to do this both for my own sake, but more importantly for the sake of actually getting this out there, which is something I've been really bad at, despite the number of people who say, this is really important and this has to get out there.
If you read this book, it will change you forever. The most important book ever written.
That's the situation. That's what I'm looking for, entrepreneurs and investors to take it over. Like I said, it can be one person, it can be several people, like somebody who knows how to run the business and promote the thing, somebody else is an investor, whatever. There's a reason that authors and musicians and creators rarely act as their own promoters and advertisers because that's not what they do. It's not what they know how to do. It's not what they care about. They want to create the stuff they create and leave it up to other people who actually know what they're doing to promote it and sell it. So if anybody else wants to take over the job of getting the Most Dangerous Superstition out there to the world where it needs to be, let me know.